it's Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England. I haven't got much to show you today, crochet wise. I have been working on my big blanket, but not as much as I'd like to. I've got a bit of a crick in my neck, so turning, and if I move my arm, you know, just sharpish, it hurts a bit. You know, we all get it every now and again. So I'm laying off a little bit, but just doing a little bit now and again. So we'll be back with that later in the week, or well, maybe middle of the week. So I was watching Michelle's Makery the other day, and she was doing like Amigurumi book tag version 2. So I thought, well, let me see how many books I've had since I last did the Amigurumi book tag. And it turns out, I think I counted 12 on my picture that I put on the video. And I've been into my cupboard to look for, not cupboard, I have it in bookcase under the stairs. And I went in and I counted 13 more books since I did that one. So I thought we'd have a little look at that instead of me doing my crochet bit for today. I'm happy with most of these books that I got, but we'll go through them. Of the ones that I had before, I'm going to pop a picture in somewhere, and it's just from the screenshot from the book tag. The only one I've got rid of is the Cute Critters one, which I said at the time was a very disappointing book. I don't like how that woman writes her patterns. I don't think she's a very good pattern designer, to be quite honest. But anybody else likes it, you'll go for it, do you know what I mean? It's just personal thing. So my first one I'm showing you, I don't know what order I got these in, by the way. The first one I'm going to show you is Amigurumi Gnomes, which are gonks to me, not gnomes, because their eyes are covered. Now, the only one I've done in this book is the Tulip Gnome, which I did for my friend Pearl. So that one there. I've gone through them last night to see which ones I've done. I don't think I've missed anything. The next one is My Pretty Brown Doll. That's a lovely book. I made for my old boss's daughter, the Parisian one, which you do the basic body and then you choose the hairstyle and everything and clothing to go with it. So I'm just having to show you what it looks like on a smaller picture. I can't find it anywhere else in the book, but it probably is there somewhere. But it's this one here. And with the red jacket, but I did it all in blues, blue and white, and I did bunches instead of the side bunch of hair, so like that one in the middle really. So yeah, I will use that book again. It's a lovely book, really nice book, that, recommend it. And then the next one is Magical Amigurumi Toys, which, oh, I forgot to tell you who wrote them, sorry, apologies. So the Amigurumi Gnomes is Mufficorn. Don't know what her real name is, it'll be inside somewhere. My Pretty Brown Doll is Yolanda Jordan. And then Magical Amigurumi Toys is by Lilies. Now this is my second book from her range. I haven't actually done anything in here before. I was convinced that I had, but when I've looked through I don't recognise doing any of them. So my only makes must be from the first book I got. There still is a lot that I would like to do in this one though, I must admit. Still like the cat. I have actually done a cat by one of her patterns before. I used the what do you call it, Red Art Retro Stripes. I used that one when Caroline for Love of Crochet sent me a ball of it. Next book is Amigurumi Treasures by Irina Lee. Now this book was the one that not last birthday, the birthday before, that Cassandra sent me for our birthday challenge, but it went missing, so she had to send me another emergency book, which I'll show you next. which she sent via Amazon. So I ended up with 2 presents, which was lovely. This one was the one I was supposed to get. So she had sent me, I did do it when it came. We still completed the challenges, even though it had been a bit, you know, hit and miss. But she sent me the challenge of doing Lottie the ladybird in UK. Still one of my favourite items I've ever made, you know, so it's a nice book. I have only done one other pattern though, but I did for my goddaughter, who I think I've told you has learning difficulties. She's an adult now. I made the Min the kitten, and I remember putting on, I did give her red shoes, and I can't remember what colours of flowers, but I did a lilac dress on it. It was really lovely. So it's a lovely book, is this. There's lots that I'd like to do. There is in them all, to be honest. She's a lovely pattern designer as well. Oh, that one, I'd love to do the sloth. I still have never made a sloth. Now, that is one that I may well do even under my new rules, because I'd like one myself. Now, the next book that Cassandra, the year before last, the birthday in 2023, she sent me this one via Amazon to make sure I had something for my birthday. So she sent me this one, and she chose me. I've still got the slip in the front. And she sent me, it's a pre-challenge gift, because obviously the other one went wrong. And she told me to make the reindeer or snowman. Well, I made them both. So that one, so I can't find, it's on the front, but that's the snowman, and he's on the front there on the mantelpiece. This book is by Lindsay Nunes. Yeah, Lindsay Nunes, and she's the one behind Lottie and Albert, the Curate boxes. You remember at Christmas I got the advent calendar, which I wasn't impressed with, but I love this book. This is a really good book. In fact, I've got her other book on my wish list, which I think is a modern crochet home or something like that they call it. And then she challenged me to do the reindeer as well, which I did. Now, I really loved the reindeer. I liked them both. I loved the scarf on the I didn't think I was going to enjoy it because it involved some special stitches, but I absolutely loved doing the scarf. You worked it in the round. Really interesting to do. I did enjoy that. And the reindeer, yeah, I absolutely loved doing the reindeer. It was gorgeous. So, I mean, I did think they had a strange appearance. I thought, if I remember at the time, I said they looked like they were a bit evil, but but that was how I did the eyes, I think. But yeah, the really lovely patterns were these. And the other item I did from it, which isn't an amigurumi, but it's got some household things in. So there was the tree topper, but I did it as like a, you know, a trivet type thing. But I don't use it as a trivet. I've got it in the, it's in the Christmas box, and it comes out, and I put it out. I was going to use it under the tree, but it was a bit too wobbly with it having bobble stitches, so I just put it in between a couple of pot Marion dishes I've got, and it just looks lovely, the three of them side by side. So, and that's in red, green and white. So yeah, nice book that, I do recommend it. I need to make something else out of that for Christmas as well. Next book is one that I eagerly awaited. I think I put this one on pre-order, and it's The Wonderful World of Amigurumi by Crochet. Really like this book too. This has been good value. I always figure if you do about 3 patterns from a book, you've got your value for money, really. So we did. I'm going to do it in the order I did it actually. So we have the challenge from Cassandra when we did the mix and match patterns, and we had the mushroom cat, if you remember. So I used this pattern for Liam the kitten to make the cat. I didn't use the mask, and I gave him dungarees because obviously the drawing that was selected for the challenge was a white cat with blue dungarees, so that's what I did. So I just made them up, and then for the hat, I took the one, I worked out that it would fit because of the amount round the, you know, the number of stitches round the head on this one. Ina or Ina, I've never known how to say that, the mushroom. So I took the hat from that one, and then after we finished the challenge, I took the hat off the cat and put that item to go as just a cat, and the mushroom girl I made up and put the hat on that one. That's actually sold in when it went last year. And then I've done another one, if I can find it. It's been a really good book, this, actually. There's quite a few I'd like to do. There's a lot of colour work in this book, and I really want to have a go at some of these. Got another one somewhere. Oh yes, of course. Now this is the Yen the reindeer, and that was quite an involved pattern. There was a lot to it, but I really enjoyed making that, and I loved the dress that she had. I even bought some little buttons for that one, you know, the flower buttons, which went really well with it. And that's the one, if you remember, when I did my sale, you know, to get rid of a lot of my amigurumi when my friend sold them in her shop. That was the only one I put on at more money, and I put that on at £15 because I thought with the work involved, and it's still a bargain, I think, at that. But yeah, good book that by Crochet. She does write some good patterns, as we know. Next one. Now, I bought this on a whim, and I really like it. Peter, Panda and Pals. Now, I've only done one pattern so far, but I do want to do more. The one I did, if you remember, you probably won't, but if you do, I did Tom Dachshund for Nick's mum, because she had started talking about a Dachshund the Dond many years before, and a neighbour's daughter had just got a Dachshund, and I think that's what triggered her to start talking, so I made her one. So I did mine in brown. I used that Scapier's Stonewash for the ears, the same as this one, those colours. It looked really lovely. Anyway, that has now gone to Nick's great nephew. He's got one great nephew who's younger than all the others. He was a late baby, and he always played with. I did a frog as well. He always played with them when he went to see Nick's mum. So Nick's niece asked if he could have them. I said, of course, if he wants them, he can have them. So it's gone to a good home, and apparently he lines them up on a night time, and he talks to them all. So he's well loved, is Tom the Dachshund. So, and the next one, I think this is, apart from my two latest, is my most recent book, and this is Aquatic Amigurumi 2, which I got when we were doing Nautical November. Now, this is by Natasha Tishchenko. Really lovely patterns, unusual but really lovely patterns, and you just look at them with the colours and you just want to make them all. So we've got here, you'll remember probably me doing the pet puffin. Oh, has actually moved. It was in my kitchen window, but I've had the downstairs toilet decorated, and I've allowed myself that little tiny room to be bright. So I've had it done bright yellow. He sits on the windowsill with the puffin picture, and I've got like a little heart shape orange dish with a quirky, it's like a quirky cockerel in it, all in your face stuff in that little room. In fact, if I think on, I'll put a picture of that in as well. And they all look great in there together, and it's just my little bright space, you know, just cheerful room. So it'd be too much with that colour elsewhere, I think, but there it's just fine. So, and then the other one I did, because I just couldn't resist, I absolutely loved this one as soon as I saw it, No Other Seahorse. That one. The only thing I bottled out of, even though I don't mind French knots, In the quantity they wanted them there, I really couldn't be bothered, so I did a lot of crosses or little markings, you know, just to fill up the spaces, because with the best will in the world, even if you don't mind a French knot, I mean, there must be over 30 French knots on this. There's around there, round the fins, round the body, on the tail, so no, too many. But a really lovely these are really lovely patterns to follow. I do recommend these books. Next one is Lulu's Crochet Dolls, which I must admit is the one that you know, when you see somebody else doing patterns from a book, and I've seen many people do patterns from this Lulu's Crochet Dolls, I really had to have it, but I haven't done anything from it. I just had to have the book. I know one day there'll be one in there that I want to do for something. Really lovely figures, lovely outfits. I just haven't found the reason to use it yet, but I do like all these. They're beautiful. I mean, look at that one with the little squirrel. Really nice. So it will come in for something, and that's by Lulu Compatine. Then the other one, again, it's one that, now I think I did actually just have this on my wish list. I don't think I saw anybody else with it. I think I just wanted it and Nick bought it for me. But I haven't done anything out of it yet. And it's Hello Amigurumi, Happy Childhood Days, and there's a cotton called Hello Cotton, and it's based on using that for that. Obviously we'd use other things. Multiple designers. Really nice patterns again. Lots of people. There are some animals, but lots of people. If you ever need a person, you know, for any specific thing, I'm sure you find what you wanted here. You know, say for a character from a book or whatever, like for my by hook or by crook. I'm sure there'd be one in here. I mean, I love this Grandma and Grandad. Actually, how lovely are those? Grandma and Grandad. Yeah, and the back view of them as well. Yeah, so it will be used one day, I just know it will. You know, sometimes you have that feeling, don't you? Then we've got Sweet Crochet Friends, which is by Crochet. And this one, I've got the other one, I think, is it Sweet Crochet Animals or something? I had it on my last one that I did. Again, very useful book. I did this one, the koala. And I did it as a painter, but I can't remember what I did it for now. I'm sure I did it for a challenge, but I can't remember what it was. But I did mine, and I thought it looked like an artist, you know, so he's gone now, somebody's bought him. And then I did, and this one is actually up here. I only did this one because I wanted to try that Amigurumi spin and see how far it would go, and I thought this was a small enough item that I would get the whole thing out of one little cake of spin, and I did. And it's Billy the cat. So I obviously didn't do the striped top and everything because I wanted to use the variegated cake, you know, so and I did like that. Now recently I've bought the Wallace and Gromit books as a pair. I got these for $18.85 for the 2 books. It's from Amazon, but it's like one of their, you know, independent sellers, so it were dispatched from the seller. It's now this one I noticed when I went on to check the price. I noticed that it says it's sold out, so I must have got the last pair, but I'm sure it'll come back in stock again. And the reason I've got these is because I've got a lot of these patterns individually. There's 2 pigeons fighting out there. Oh, they don't go at each other. They're so aggressive. And, oh, they're going to break each other's wings at this rate. Just bear with me a moment. Sorry about that. Yeah, they wings going in and everything. So yeah, I do wish to share nicely with each other. Anyway, so I got these because obviously I've decided I'm doing Vengeance Most Foul for my Bio Call by Crook number 5. And I've got a lot of these patterns individually I got in magazines. Don't know whether they're in Simply Crochet or Crochet Now, or I got them off Craft World, you know, that site I told you about where you can get free booklets and what have you sometimes if you register on the site. It's the one that's involved with Crochet Now and all those. So but yeah, I just wanted them all in one place really, and I really like these characters from Dawn of the Nugget. So I love to have I'm loving that I've got these now in one book. Really, one day, just going to have to do them, you know, going to have to do them. Now, I think they're both by the same artist, are they? Yeah, sorry, designer, Sarah Jane Hicks, they're by. But obviously, this one I particularly wanted because the Vengeance Most Foul obviously is based around the crook in it is Feathers McGraw, and I haven't got a Feathers McGraw pattern. I could have bought one on Etsy, but I thought no, like I say, I'm a bit off them anyway. In fact, I'm stopping Prime when it comes up for renewal, to be honest. I'm a bit fed up with them all. So I got this one, so I've got the Feathers McGraw if I want to do it. It's not the only thing I want to do, but and I don't mind doing this one because I will keep this for myself. I've kept all my ones I've done for the Biocore by Crook anyway. Well, I think I've definitely got Vera up there, and I've got my poison bottle and the Jaguar and things like that. So I will be keeping it anyway, so it falls within my remit from the beginning of the year. So yeah, Feathers McGraw is in there, and I'll be happy to do him. So, and I do like penguins as well. And there you go. So that's my, I think, is it 13? I think, I'm sure I said 13 into 5, 10, 13. Yeah, 13 books. So, judging by how many I've still got to work on, I shouldn't need any more books, should I? She says. Anyway, that's that. So I hope you enjoyed that little look through. I hope some of what I said's helpful or interesting or whatever. If it isn't, please don't worry about it. I just put this stuff out, and if people are interested, they're interested. I'm not after, you know, loads of kudos. So that said though, I am really happy that you all, well, a lot of you seem to like my little tutorial for circles. Like I say, it's just my way, it's just what I worked out that worked for me. If it works for you, that's fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm going to rest up this silly neck, and hopefully the muscles will sort themselves out soon. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you.